Hello everybody and welcome to Wednesday Worship. Joining us live from our homes. I'm in my office and you can see a few of the pictures behind me. This is an old picture of St. Peter's Church back in Victorian era that someone gave to me, which is beautiful. Elliot, where are you in your home?
I'm just in the front room, which is all together. So you see this nice picture we got here. Got an old typewriter back here. This is a cabinet that Anne Martin very kindly gave us.
Oh, nice.
When we first came, so that's great. I thought the lighting was quite good here because of all the natural light, so yeah.
Excellent. I'm in here because hopefully it means we won't get disturbed by a 5-year-old who we're homeschooling
Oh, we
at the
can have a
moment.
special guest.
You might do. You might see Claire crawling on the floor, dragging him out, so we don't get disturbed. But we'll see how we get on. Well, can you believe it's April as you're watching this? It's incredible how quickly time is going. I know it's actually the 1st of April and this is going live, so we're going to try hard not to play any kind of practical jokes on you, any April Fools. We'll try and be good. And,
I was going to try and
tell
tell. I was trying to think of a joke I could tell, but none came to mind, unfortunately. So.
Well, we've had a really good weekend, haven't we? We launched on Saturday SBSJ Kids, which was great. And if you've got children or if they don't live with you, if you've got kind of grandchildren elsewhere as well, then share the link with them. It's been viewed loads. Elliot did a great job. He told us the first of 3 parts of a story of Gideon. And there's a craft and a couple of songs. And if you want to see Elliot having fun with a fleece, it was really good though. So seriously, if you do have kids or grandkids, just point them to that, and it's just another resource that we're wanting to put out every week on a Saturday at 9 o'clock. And our Sunday service as well, we really enjoyed filming. I filmed it live from the Vicarage Garden, and you can hear the natural bird song going as well, which is lovely. We want to thank you as well, just for all the comments that you've been sending in.
Yeah.
It's really encouraging for us to hear them. So thank you. Do keep doing it. We learn a lot, don't we, Elliot, as we keep trying these different ways.
Yeah, get new ideas all the time. I really liked how people sent in that their children were doing the paper chain people. Someone sent in the fact it looked like hearts between the people. That was someone's daughter who said that, and I was just so... that was really encouraging to hear about all the children are getting involved in that. Even it's a really simple craft, they really wanted to do it, which is really good.
And of course that was deliberate to make them look like hearts, wasn't it, Elliot, the way you planned that?
Sorry, just had a package delivered, the dog's barking, sorry.
Excellent. See, this is the beauty of recording from home. There we go. I'm glad Elliot's dogs barked before mine did. So
we got in contribution,
we'll see.
a contribution from Shabba the dog there. She likes to bark
today,
anyone who comes to the door.
Today we're going to be, I'm sure Elliot loves his dogs and I love my dog, and that's our theme for today, is we're thinking about love. And so we've got a little special song to kind of play to introduce this, which we'll do now. Today we're going to be thinking a bit about love, and of course this Sunday is due to be Palm Sunday, when some people would have been processing, and you're all going to would have received your palm crosses. And it's a moment in the church year where we really start to think and look towards Easter again.
Yeah, it's going to feel really weird this year not being able to meet and be together, but we really want to encourage you. The meaning of Easter is even more significant, actually, because we can't be together. We want to show the churches everywhere, every home, everywhere we are, we can all meet together in spirit, even if we can't meet together in person. And that's going to make the whole meaning of Easter even more significant. In the early church, it was like everyone had to meet all separately, and so almost a bit more like that. And so we're really excited about Easter, and really hope it can be a wonderful, special day, especially in this time when we need this sort of hope.
Yeah, definitely. And so what we thought we would do today is we're going to look at Romans 8 as the perfect way to help us to start to think about the Easter story again. And I know for many of you Romans 8 is a real favourite. And why don't you go away today and just read the whole of Romans chapter 8 again. But we're going to start in today by looking at verse 18 first. So Romans 8 verse 18, and it says this: I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. For the creation waits in eager expectation for the children of God to be revealed. For the creation was subjected to frustration, not by its own choice, but by the will of the one who subjected it, in hope that the creation itself will be liberated from its bondage to decay, and brought into the freedom and glory of the children of God.
Yeah, well, I love that one. I love the fact that it's talking about the creation waiting in eager expectation. And that's talking about not just humankind, but the whole of creation. There's this idea that it's not unpacked here, this idea that the whole of creation, animals, even somehow plants, even somehow the oceans, the skies, the sun, the moon, the stars, the idea is that even they are waiting in eager expectation, whatever that means, for the children of God to be revealed. And the idea is the whole of creation is pointing and longing forward to the day when God will make all things new and will bring all his people together. Like even the dogs, Shab barking earlier, that was like even all the animals, I just love that because I just love animals. All of them longing to see God's will be done, and I think that's such a wonderful image.
Absolutely, and it's appropriate for now, isn't it? Because our whole world at the moment is in pain and suffering in a way that we've not experienced before, and so we long for that future glory to be revealed through our present sufferings. And what's great is Romans 8. It goes on to kind of talk about it. So what do we do during these times of present sufferings? And so I'll skip forward to verse 31.
Yeah.
And it says this. It says, "What then shall we say in response to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? He who did not spare his own son, but gave him up for us all, how will he not also, along with him, graciously give us all things? Who will bring any charge against those whom God has chosen? It is God who justifies. Who then is the one who condemns? No one. Christ Jesus, who died, more than that, who was raised to life, is at the right hand of God and is also interceding for us. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall trouble or hardship or persecution or famine or nakedness or danger or sword? As it is written, for your sake we face death all day long. We are considered as sheep to be slaughtered. No, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. For I am convinced that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, neither height nor depth nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God that is in Christ Jesus our Lord."
Yeah, wow, that's like it's like almost going up a mountain, that passage. It's each sentence is going higher and higher and higher. It's like as though Paul was just on a massive high, just rejoicing in the fact that absolutely nothing, there's all these reasons he could think of, that even though he was going through such suffering, even though he faced death and persecution, that God was giving him hope after hope after hope after hope. And there's this amazing climax that nothing in all creation, which is everything, nothing at all could separate us from God's love. That's such a wonderful passage.
And you can just see throughout it, can't you, just how excited he's getting, as you say, as he goes through it, just because the reality of what he's saying is hitting him as he's writing it. And it just offers such hope through these times, because you can introduce coronavirus into that list of things that cannot separate us from the love of God. And I just want to kind of share with you something now about an example of just how good God is, and how God speaks to us through our present sufferings. On last week we had the funeral of a long-serving member of our church, Roger Lind, and it was so sad that our church could not be there to celebrate Roger's life and to say thank you to God for who Roger was. And so it was just myself and the immediate family. But God, being God, just works in miraculous ways to encourage us as to how much he loves us, and how that death is not the end for anybody. And so for Brenda, Roger's wife, she opened up her Bible reading notes, which is from our daily bread, and the notes for the day of the funeral, Friday the 27th of March, were all about precious departure. And so I want to just read you what her notes said for that day. It said, the idea that death is precious might seem counterintuitive. However, the psalmist declares, precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his faithful servants. God treasures the death of his people, for in their passing he welcomes them home. And it just goes on to talk about how precious that is for God, that it's not the end, it's the beginning of something new and something amazing, because Roger will now see the full extent of God's love. And you can feel that same excitement, can't you, from what Paul's saying here.
Yeah.
So we want to just give you a bit of time to think and reflect on God's love now. And so you're going to listen to this song together, I Believe in Love, which really gives us that opportunity to think and prepare ourselves to celebrate the Easter story all over again.
If I'm honest with you and say just what I mean, I don't always mean everything I say. And can I bring my doubt to you and still find all my hope in you? Can I bring my passion and my pain? I believe in love. I believe in love. Could have crossed on a hill, reached through 2,000 years, and could have crossed on a hill, reached through 10,000 tears. 'Cause sometimes I fall and fail, and life tears me apart, but you are still here, and you lift me from the rubble of my heart. Oh, I believe in love. Yes, I believe in love. I believe in love. Yes, I believe in love. So much loss, so much pain, so much trial, so little gain. Still love, you still stay. You're so close, even when I'm far away. I believe with you and say just what I mean. I don't always mean everything I say. And can I bring my doubt to you and still find all my hope in you? Can I bring my passion and my pain?
So we really love the stories of hope people have been sending in so far. Please keep those coming. One that we've heard is this. We were part of this actually. We were outside our door clapping. I don't know if anyone who's listening, were you outside your door clapping or out the window clapping on Thursday, the 26th?
I was, yeah.
Yes, we heard all down our street. We've never heard anything like it. People clapping, and there's not that many people around, but there was people clapping. We could hear them all down the street. And just to think the whole nation must be one of the most people clapping all at once in the UK there's ever been. It was so encouraging. We actually were also listening at the same time as that. We were listening to this, I think it was the world's largest online pub quiz at the same time. So we're finding amazing ways doing stuff online. But it was so encouraging. That was such I hope that anyone who has been working for the NHS, or if you've been listening to this, we want to really give you a round of applause because you're doing such incredible work. And we hope that that was a real sign of honouring and hope. Even in a culture where we sometimes complain too much, that was such a refreshing sign that we want to be thankful and grateful and encouraging to the people who are really doing such amazing things in the supermarkets, hospitals, cleaning, all those people who are doing things behind the scenes. So thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely. It's so important we remember those who don't have a choice but to go out and work so that we can still live. And remember the police as well, who are still out there trying to enforce these rules as well that we're in. And I was sent an email by someone who's just sharing with us the link that we have in Rwanda of what life's like for them. Yes. And then I was watching on Sky News as well the other day about what's happening in South Africa right now. And it's such a privilege that we are able to self-isolate. So many parts of the world, it's not an option, and they can't get their food delivered, and so they don't have that health service to look after them. So we are so grateful for everything that you do out there for us, and we really shouldn't take it for granted.
We actually had someone from Rwanda tuning in to the online service on Sunday, and he said he found it really encouraging because we actually included some prayers for Rwanda in there. And so we've had people from Rwanda listening in. We know other people from other countries have been listening in too. So that's another really wonderful thing, that because we're on the internet, we can have people all over the world joining us. Yeah,
definitely. And we have had some stories of hope as well that have been shared with us. I know one I heard of was that Morrison's over in Leinster had given £1,000 to the food bank over there, which is fantastic. It's so good to hear of companies stepping up and wanting to play their part for society as well. And I think you've got some as well, haven't you there, Elliot?
Yes, so yeah, two of our long-standing congregation members were reading some of their Bible notes, and they sent in the fact they felt Ezekiel 34:11-12, which was on one of the verses very near the start of the lockdown, as it seemed really fitting for what was going on. So here it is. It's, this is what the Lord, the sovereign Lord says, I myself will search for my sheep and look after them. As a shepherd looks after his scattered flock when he is with them, so will I look after my sheep. I will rescue them from all the places where they were scattered on a day of clouds and darkness. And here's what they said, to quote them about this passage. The prophet is, of course, talking about Israel, but it was a poignant reminder of how, though we are scattered, our good shepherd still looks after us and cares for us and will bring us back together. It was a reminder for us too of the importance to keep reminding ourselves of the promises of God that we find in the Bible. We change, our circumstances change, our feelings change, but his promises do not change, because God is faithful and he does not change. This is the time to hang on to these things and all these precious promises. So thank you so much for sending that in. That is a massive encouragement.
Yeah, definitely. And that's so true, isn't it? So please do keep sharing stories like this with us, what's encouraging you, so that we can encourage others. And where you hear of communities coming together as well, get those messages sent in for us so we can use them here.
And even as we are scattered apart, as like sheep scattered, we can't be together in one flock physically, we can still be together in heart. And so we thought what would be really amazing now is to have that song. We had it on Sunday, The Lord is My Shepherd, recorded it just before the lockdown, just in time with our organist Anne and Andy. And so we were going to play that again just as we finish.
Yeah, thanks, Elliot. So stay safe, everybody, and we shall see you again soon.
The Lord's my shepherd, I'll not want. He makes me lie in pastures green. He leads me by the still waters. His goodness restores my soul. And I will trust in you alone. And I will trust in you alone. For your endless mercy follows me. Your goodness will lead me home. He guides my ways in righteousness, and He anoints my head with oil, and my cup it overflows with joy. I feast on His pure delights, and I will trust in you alone. And I will trust in you alone. For your endless mercy follows me. Your goodness will lead me home. And though I walk the darkest path, I will not fear the evil one, for you are with me, and your rod and staff are the comforts I need to know. And I will trust in you alone. And I will trust in you alone. For your endless mercy follows me. Your goodness